Look at all those superstars.
Only one duplicate.
Both rookies, too.
Yeah.
Talk about a rookie mistake.
Uh,
Hey.
Ravenflow's here. What is up? We're giving it a couple minutes for people to trickle in. Yeah, I figured with 14 matches to reveal, it would take way too long to go through all 28 entries. So they can just have the entries as soon as they get here. Hey, Caton's here. Oh, we're getting some people now. What's up, Nightlife? Flying Brian. It's BP?
Yep.
Okay. Right, Ravenflow? If I told you there was one duplicate superstar, you would not. I could give you 100 guesses and you wouldn't have guessed FBI.
FBI is nice.
They are. Triple multis are gross.
Well, they only get one triple multi,
Yeah.
but they ignore completely once Trinity hits the table.
Oh yeah. There's classic support is. Yeah, the virtual support is great. You got me to say classic. What? Uh, I'm gonna be doing this for a couple minutes, okay, buddy? Awesome. All right. The song is at a dip, so I think that's our natural stopping point there. We're at about 5 minutes past, so enough people should have trickled in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our reveal, which is kind of just thrusted upon you for bWo3. We're also going to get some matches going on here soon. Definitely glad to see everybody. Loving some of the initial reactions. Yeah, like BP pointed out, where's Tribal Chief? No visionary. Cowards, he called. That's his words, not mine. So, just so everyone knows, I'm Almighty Bobino. I am your tournament host, the Bobino in the Bobino World Order. And for this first episode, we do have a special guest, so I'm just not talking to myself for 14 matches. I don't have the wheel as a gimmick to carry me this time, so we got the GOAT, Hogtrail, on here with us. How you doing today, Hogtrail?
I'm all right, Bobino. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. I always got that new tournament spunk going. What are your initial thoughts looking at this list of superstars here?
Yeah. Well, I said I was all right, but then I took another look at these superstars, and I'm suddenly feeling less all right.
That's my exact thought. Like in testing, I was playing my fiend deck. I'm like, I got answers to everything, and then the entries started rolling in, and I literally responded to some of these people with puke emojis, but puke emojis and heart emojis, because you hate to see it, but you love to see it at the same time.
I see a Sheamus. I see Brothers of Destruction. I see Charlotte. I see a couple people that are in my top tier and just below my top tier. So that's exciting.
Yeah, and there's some people that some superstars in here that have already done well in tournaments before, and something I love to see. It's one of the first tournaments where we're having a good representation of the newest set, War Games, legal for this tournament. First virtual classic tournament with War Games, and we have at least two. There's so many here, I'm losing track, but we have at least two on here from that set. I see
Well,
a role model. I see a Carrion Cross.
yeah, and EO Sky.
And EO, yeah. So we got three. Yeah, thank you, Caden. Yeah, so we got three War Games people on here. And while we're looking at this list of entries, you notice that that new column there in the middle?
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So behind the scenes, what I've been doing is for every bWo tournament I've run. So it doesn't include the Worlds because I was not running that. I just helped facilitate it. For all the bWo tournaments, including the Raw Deal Roulette Wheel, I have a spreadsheet where I've been keeping track of all the results, all the entries, everyone's placements, and I have enough data loaded up now that I thought it would be fun for tournaments to start letting people know what their records in bWo events are. So that middle record is your record of all matches, Swiss and Top Cut, in a bWo tournament. And if your name is listed there as rookie, I've never recorded a match for you in there. So we got a good handful of bWo rookies. We got some people in double-digit wins like Hogtrail, and we got a lot of people that have been here before. But I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think so too. 14-7 for me, huh? All right.
Yeah,
I'll take
see that it's all those top cuts you keep getting too.
it. I have yet to miss a top cut in any Octagon tournament. I believe.
I was supposed to make the first one, but Oderschrank was also Alexa Bliss and bumped me out by what is the word? I'm blanking.
Diversity.
Diversity. Thank you. So yeah, my only top cut was taken because Oderschrank went 4-1 and I went 3-2. So he earned it at least.
I'm not counting Frankenstein tournaments.
Yeah, yeah. I have no say in those. But yeah, we got 14 matches to get go over, and we're not gonna gloss. We're not gonna like harp on each one just because I'm sure none of us have all night to cover these. But our first opening match here, getting this loaded up here.
Match number one.
Match number one is going to be Free Dude, and he is running Tyler Bate versus Oderschwank, who's running with Sheamus.
Oof, that's a strong opener.
You gotta. It's like when you're playing GM mode. You gotta start hot. Yeah, Tyler Bate throws lots of things at you, lots of effects that can be hard to keep track of and do a lot of great stuff when they hit. And Sheamus does two things. He recovers with his trademarks, and he throws hard to reverse moves. So that's
Sheamus smashes faces.
Yeah, pretty apt there. How about we go with our second match generated here is everyone's favorite George taking on Clute. George is running with the leader of the population.
George is going to lose this match.
Taking on Clute's Rikishi. I literally just made a Rikishi a couple nights ago and got one game in with it, and I think his new support is pretty gross.
Yeah, Rikishi got a boost.
George just pointed out Clute is his cousin, so this is our own bloodline civil war going on.
The storylines.
Our third match is a little guy named Hogtrail.
Ooh.
He will be taking on and Hogtrail is finally running with the Iconics.
Iconic.
He'll be taking on Mike Skizzo and EO Sky.
Oh, all right.
How you feeling about that matchup there?
Two female superstars. So I feel like Mike and I will be battling for certain pre-match cards.
Yep, both of you are going to want Diva Bikini Contest. Is that? No.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, it'll be fun to see how EO performs in a competitive environment. I played a couple games against her, and the extra quote health from those extra packed cards can be tough to get through. But
Yeah.
I'm also I've also played against Iconics a lot, and they are a nuisance. So
And they also get extra cards.
that's true. They do. They get a lot of TMFs now. I'll go with. Match 4, we've got Huva, and he is running Carmella, taking on Nightlife, who is running Mankind.
Ooh. So I know Hoover's been excited about Carmella ever since we announced her, and he's been teasing using her in every tournament since she's been announced. So I'm glad he's finally pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
Um, and Nightlife, I believe, is pretty new. I might be mistaken.
he's at
Um,
he's at least new to our tournaments. I have him marked as a rookie, but again, there's people on here that are marked rookie that we know for a fact have been playing for a long time. That just means rookie to my event, but I don't know a
and
lot about his play history. You're right there.
and Mankind is one of my favorite superstars to use, so I'm excited to see what Nightlife does.
New to Octagon, George points out. Thank you, George. That's really helpful. Yeah, Mankind can be really overwhelming, but the normal, and I say normal in quotes, the normal Carmella build doesn't care about a lot of the things Mankind does kind of control, so that could actually be a really strong matchup.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Next, we have Glove Save, who is running Mick Foley. So we got Mankind in match 4, Mick Foley in match 5.
It's like the Royal Rumble.
He'll be taking on Buddha X on sub. And Buddha is running with Bam Bam Bigelow.
I love both of these superstars for different reasons. They both play very different styles typically.
Yeah,
Mick just doesn't die, and Bam Bam likes to throw big dumb moves at you.
I've run a Mick Foley deck before. It's really fun. Like you stay in the game forever. You have to have like extra plans to be able to finish it. No problem. No problem running late, Ray. You haven't missed your matchup yet. And but Bam Bam, I haven't run a Bam Bam deck, but I've seen you play one against someone, and it looked so fun to be able to just smash.
Yeah, it was fun. He was one of my picks for worst in the game like 5 years ago, and then he got some decent support. So
I
it's
hope
always
Glove Save packed his lunch. It'll be a 4-hour tour, says BP.
well, yeah. He's got a whole tournament as Mick Foley. That'll be fun.
Up next, match 6, we have Kaiten 619,
Nice.
who is running with Batista.
Yeah, Batista's very good.
Batista is one of those decks that almost everyone, when you're making a competitive deck, has to kind of think about and have a plan for. So
Yeah,
a lot of people have kind of forgotten about him because there's been more quote overpowered superstars lately, but he still just throws everything off. He'll be taking on Twist of Fate, who is running with my list. The Road Dog, Jesse James.
that's an interesting selection. I haven't seen Road Dogg in a while.
Yeah, and I tried to make a Road Dog. Sorry, Ravenflow. We're running 5 rounds this time, and after we talk about this match, I can talk about how Top Cut works. We're about halfway point. So thank you for the reminder. I appreciate it.
You're going to want to put Twist of Fate instead of Road Dogg for
Oh,
match 6.
thank you. Twist of Fate.
Don't want don't want George to complain any more than he has
True,
already.
true. Oh yeah, we're looking forward to it too, and I have an interesting matchup for your first matchup. And I do want to remind people that these are randomly generated through the tournament software, but yeah, we got some good matches here. Um, but yeah, Batista versus Road Dogg. I tried to build a Road Dogg, and I was not in the right state of mind to build a game plan.
Yeah, he doesn't have any kind of there's no roadmap for Road Dog. You just kind of have to figure it out and hope you're at greater fortitude.
Yeah. So we're about halfway through. We're one short of halfway. So there was a question about how many rounds. We are running 5 Swiss rounds. Everyone, we're at an even number, so everyone will get matches each round unless people drop out, etc. So no buy needed this time. After 5 rounds, top cut in my standard tournaments go by what's called calling you out format. Whomever is the top 8 make the top cut. Top 8 seeds, accounting for duplicate superstars, everything like that. Whoever would be seed 1 gets to choose their opponent from the other 7. So they can choose seed 8 like they would normally get paired against, or if they think they have a good matchup against seed 3, they could go with them. Or if it's George and if George gets seed 1 and he wants to finally get a chance to take on Hogtrail, he could pick Hogtrail even though Hog is seed 2. And then after seed 1 picks their match, the highest remaining seed will pick their next match, and then after that the next highest seed picks, and that person essentially makes the last 2 matches. So seeding isn't as dire. You still want to make top cut, obviously. You don't need to you don't need to think about manipulating your position to kind of see who you're going against, but getting a really high placement is the ultimate advantage, because if you're seed 1, you're facing whoever you want out of the top 7, and the higher seed you are, the more likely you're going to get a chance to actually pick your opponent.
And I think the first time we did calling you out format, it ended up being the regular matchups it would have been anyway.
Yeah, that was the best part. I came up with calling you out format, thought it would be fun. We did it in the first tournament, and number 1 picked 8, number 2 picked 7, number 3 picked 5, and then picked 6, and then 4 and 5 faced each other. So it ended up being the normal seeding, which can obviously happen, but yeah, I think it adds a fun twist, and it takes one less stress out, because I've been in tournaments in Classic where I've been 4-0 going to the last round, but there were a couple people that were going to just barely skate in the top cut that were bad matchups for my deck, and I had to figure, do I want to try to win and go undefeated in Swiss, or do I want to lose and kind of increase my chances of not facing that bad matchup? This kind of takes that out. You want control over your matchup, win out. If you want to just have to fight and claw to get in there, you're going to get in top cut, but you're not going to automatically get paired against the best person unless they want to fight you. And George is just happy he doesn't have to scoop against a visionary. I was really hoping to see if he would actually just not play a tournament match because it was visionary, but we had 0 visionaries. We expected 5 visionaries, 4 Brothers of Destruction, and we got 1 Brothers of Destruction and no visionaries. I was not expecting this spread of superstars. I'm happy to see it, but
Only one version of Chris Jericho.
yeah, only 1 Chris Jericho, and it wasn't glove save. Yeah, no bloodline, no tribal chief. Getting back into our matches here. I'm just making sure I separated out our. I marked a couple matches as special up there at the top. So our last one was Caton. All right, so match 7, we have Ponder, who is running Billy and Chuck. They are
very.
Yeah, they are a legit scary deck. They go, yeah. People are already saying broken ability. Ponder will be taking on. Oh, 1 second. I forgot I left follow alerts on. So I had AJ Styles music playing. Thank you for the follow, Ray. I appreciate it. Ponder will be taking on bWo. And bWo is rolling with. Oh, almost said the wrong one. He has Seth Rollins, not the Visionary. Seth Rollins. I think you have a little experience with competitive Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I believe I ran him in the first bWo. Uh, I think I made the finals, but I don't think I won. I believe I lost to Dean Malenko, which was that Jagger Jack?
I believe so. That sounds very familiar.
Or
Uh,
no, that would have been the Drew McIntyre tournament. But I used Seth Rollins in one of the bWos. I
yeah,
believe the first.
but Billy and Chuck versus Seth Rollins. That's going to be a lot of moves and a lot of trying to get their own way.
Yeah, yeah. Billy and Chuck can draw a lot, and Rollins can make opponent discard. So should be interesting.
Yeah. Match 8, we have the game interferes, whose name is too long for my verses to make my verses line up. He will be running as Devon Dudley, so I'm sure he's going to make some people testify.
Uh-huh.
He's taking on Crasher, and Crasher is running with one of our V14 superstars, the role model.
Which is underrated. I haven't seen anyone talking about role model since release, so I'm looking forward to see what Crasher does with it.
Yeah, I'm interested in it too because I only got a couple games against role model under my belt, and it's one of the games I completely stomped her. The other game, as soon as she hit a couple cards, I was donezo. So I don't know
Yeah,
if I was just playing bad or what was going on, but it feels like she can take games away really fast.
yeah. I'm interested to see. Hopefully, I'll be able to spectate that game because I'm interested to see what's going on with it.
For our next match, Hog, are you ready to let me in?
Oh, I know who does that.
I am running with the Fiend in this tournament, and I will be taking on Mr. Votiga.
Ooh,
Votiga has Carrion Cross.
ooh, that's a spooky matchup.
That is a I can see that being like an Extreme Rules cinematic match.
That's a Mountain Dew, pitch black match if I ever heard one.
Yeah. We're gonna create that stip just for this match. Uh,
This will be interesting.
all of both of our abilities are all about removing cards from the game, so
Yeah,
there won't be any cards left in the game by the time we're done.
right, right. The effect of the end is here or whatever that his backstage is. If you if your RFG hits 40, you got to watch out for that.
Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna I'm I'm gonna beat myself just trying to get ammo to throw at him. I started typing it out here. We have MCF in match number 10. He is rolling with the Second Coming, who I've said in some of the wheel shows might be the best Jericho right now. My highlight of the night deck is my best Jericho, but Second Coming might be the best Jericho at the moment.
Yeah, he got a really nice revision last year.
And he'll be taking on King Matrix. And King Matrix is rolling with Ravishing Rick Rude. That's a
Rick
deck after
Rude.
your heart right there.
Rick Rude's one of my absolute favorite superstars in this game. He's so good. He's got a lot of tricks. He's got all the allegiances, including the new ones.
Yeah, there's just so many, and like you said, it's about the tricks, and it's not only having so many tricks; it's your opponent keeping track of those tricks because you can be prepared for this and that, and then suddenly you forget that this neck breaker hits me now, and like so, Rick Rude is going to be a pain to deal with, but I mean, Second Coming is strong. Jericho's cards in general are good, and Second Coming just has them keep coming at you. So that is a power matchup right there.
Ravenflow asked me in chat if I have a fiend deck. I do have a fiend deck, and he was one of my first designs when I joined the dev team.
Yeah, I was trying to build you up too much, but the Fiend is one of my favorite thematic builds. Like it feels
Yeah,
like it feels like the Fiend when you're playing as the Fiend, and that's why for this one, like I I'm George my laugh. I literally had a Jamie Noble deck. That was my two picks for this tournament were either Jamie Noble or the Fiend, and I end up going with the Fiend because I just have a little more fun when I'm playing with it. But yeah,
I,
it's good.
and I can validate that Bob was thinking of using Jamie Noble.
So match 11, the last of our matches before the three I've separated out here. We have John 1, who I think we've all almost all of us have had some interaction with John. He's very active in trying and very tries to connect to everyone. He's going to be playing Jim Cornette, who there's so many different builds for it.
Right.
It's going to be hard to prepare anything.
There's four different versions of him, and each version has their own thing.
Yeah. He'll be taking on Newlands, who's running with someone I know is in your top tier, Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte is the poster child for a superstar where like you look at all of her stuff and you go, oh, she's probably okay, and then you actually play a game and you're like, she's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that exact reaction. Like, I started to build a Charlotte deck, and I'm reading the cards, and I see how they interact. I'm like, this is just okay. And then I can't remember if I played against you or Free Dude or Azareth. One of you I played against, and I'm like, this is absolutely like suffocating. um, all right, so our first of the three special matches, we actually got two people that are marked as bWo rookies matched against each other in the first round. So I marked that as our rookie rumble to kind of put a little fun spin on it. We have Badman 992. I'm ruining everything. Versus Badman is running with FBI. So one of our two clashes there with people run the same superstar, and we kind of touched on that when people were like, "Oh, FBI is our duplicate." FBI Trinity is just a good card. He'll be taking on JZ, who is running Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Both of those decks have all the tools to make just about anyone's game a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Bret Hart has the backstage that lets him name a card and then discard a card to reverse, and then FBI's throwing multi, so it could be discard two cards, which is difficult to keep up with sometimes.
Yeah, and then Brett, like, you have to just punch him in the face over and over again until he dies. You can't go with backup plans, at least if they're win conditions. He just turns those off. He gets to know your deck as soon as the game starts. With Hitman, he just looks at it, and Ray just realized they're one of the main events.
It's the Hitman versus the hit list.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, so our two main events. Our co-main event is the defending bWo winner, Davey. Not a plus. That's an underscore.
Using the superstar that he won the bWo the Raw Roulette wheel with.
Yeah, I really like to see that. He running Latino Cheat, who is the ultimate toolbox. You get whatever you want whenever you need it. He'll be taking on Ray with Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Now Ray has pointed out this is their first big tournament. I did point out that these are random matchups. He did get paired against Davey, but Hollywood Hogan, even though Latino Cheat can literally go get whatever they need, they can only go get things that they brought, and they only have so many of each thing they brought to the show.
Yeah.
Oh no,
And
Ray's stream crashed.
Hogan's got great cards. He's got a lot of recovery. I don't know exactly what Ray's deck does, but if he's running the WWF support, got a really big boost in Virtual 11.
Yeah, so that is going to be fun. And then some people by process of elimination may have figured out the last match, but we have our defending world's champ, Jaggerjack. And Jaggerjack has brought with them to our tournament the Brothers of Destruction.
Who got a big boost in Virtual 14.
Yeah, that is kind of why we're expecting to see a bunch of them, but Jaggerjack got exclusive rights for this tournament. They'll be taking on Dark Destiny, who is our other FBI player. So Brothers of Destruction and FBI just throwing really big hard reverse stuff at each other over and over again.
Yeah, it should be good. I'm interested to see what Jaggerjack does for Brothers of Destruction. He's a very good player, obviously, or else he wouldn't be the world champ.
Yeah, easy to say about the world champion. Raven is vouching for Ray's Hogan deck. Said he played against and it was very good. Um, yeah, I think there's a lot of good matchups here. We had to talk for like 5-10 minutes to kind of choose which ones were our main events for this, and we kind of just defaulted to our defending champions as an easy cop out there. Um,
Yep.
without just because I know Mike wouldn't mind too much, without dunking on Mike too hard, how are you feeling going into to round one?
Um, it's interesting. You know, I've played against Mike hundreds of times, so he and I know each other pretty well, and we both play a similar style, I would say. Um, so and he's played against my Iconics deck probably more than anyone. I've never played against Sizio Sky, so he's got a little bit of the advantage, I would say.
Yeah, I actually did play against Izio Sky, so I won't give you too much, but it did it did take a lot of tricks for me to beat it, and it wasn't my fiend deck that I played it with. Yeah, that's going to be one of the matches I want. If I can, I want to be able to snoop in on and see. Uh, I am a little worried about my match. Karrion Cross was one of the matchups I was worried about when I saw Vodega sign up with them, and the Raw Deal Gods decided I have to deal with it immediately. Um, and I've only, if I've played Vodega, it's only been once or twice, and I don't remember it being a bad experience. So
Well, he's a good
yeah,
player.
yeah. So Karrion Cross in capable hands is one of my nightmare matchups. So we'll see how that's going.
And
Um,
Bodega made a top cut in Worlds also.
That's true. Yeah, and which I didn't. So so yeah, that'll definitely be fun. Joe's gonna kill me. Oh man, Joe's gonna yeah. Um, I'm also interested, like you pointed out, Davey. I don't know if Davey had Latino cheap built and happened to get it for the wheel, or if he played it on the Raw Deal Roulette wheel and was like, "This is fun. I like these pieces. Let's put it together for bWo." So I'll be really interested to kind of see how that goes and see how that is. If you had to pick one match besides yours and mine that you got to snoop in on and listen to while it's going, which one of these are you hoping to tune in for?
I think the one I want to watch the most is Game Interferes versus Crasher because they're both good players and they've got good, interesting superstars. I like the idea of Ponder versus Debu because that's kind of the rules for him in a match.
The entire match is going to take place in the rules forum of them citing different rulings back and forth. Ponder
I,
said, "This will be interesting. Probably not ending well for me, but interesting."
and Free Dude versus Overshank should be good too.
Yeah. The one advantage I see for Free Dude is that he's getting one of Sheamus is one of the considered one of the worst picks you can get put against in a competitive sense. Like when you're making a deck, you go, I hope I don't have to face a Sheamus. Facing that right off the bat is gonna get his. He's at the peak of his attention. He's ready for this new
Yeah.
rush of motivation. So he's going to get to face that off the bat. And if you can go in and take down Oderschwank, which if you look at the records over here, Oderschwank has
That's right.
the most wins of anyone in bWo. So if he can go in, take Oderschwank with a really good superstar down right away, he's gonna be setting the pace. And then on the flip side, there's nothing to lose because if he does get beaten by Oderschwank Sheamus, you lost to the most wins in bWo with a top tier deck. So there's not really too much to beat yourself up about there.
Yeah, and as proven by the record, if losing to Oderschwank is no, it's nothing bad, and you'll likely have a better strength of schedule because he'll win other games.
Yeah, I just lost Oderschwank in the Raw Deal Roulette wheel to get knocked out of the tournament. So yeah, losing to Oderschwank is no small is no big chip on your shoulder there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was I'm really excited about this tournament. We got a great spread of superstars. It's the biggest virtual classic tournament we've hosted on Octagon thus far.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of great returning names, and we got one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 people making their bWo debut. I'm really proud of this lineup, and I'm really excited to see what's going on with it.
Yeah. Round one should be a lot of fun.
I'm going to give us about 10 days to run round one. It's Friday now. Let's say, let's say, and as anyone that's been to my tournaments knows, I never do a hard deadline. It's never play by this date or you're disqualified. I don't. My goal is always to make sure no one ever loses a match just because their schedule is tough or because it's hard to match up. So we're gonna put in our soft deadline for we'll say Sunday night, Sunday the 13th. So we got 2 weekends. If you're having trouble lining up matchups, let me know as soon as possible. That way I can get people ready to know, okay, we might have to wait a few extra days because Bobino and Vodik can't line up. On the flip side, if we finish all the matches sooner, I'm always willing to go live sooner for the next round. But yeah, so we'll aim for next Sunday, the 13th night, to have all the matches in. Once you play a match, post your results on the Discord with tag both people in the match, tag myself, make sure you say who won and by what method, because I need to have that pinfall, count out, DQ, double pin in there to have everything running properly. Hogtrail, thank you so much for doing this with me. Definitely better talking to a voice. I know I got everyone in chat here to bounce back and forth with, but really liked having you on here and getting your perspective.
Anytime, buddy.
Awesome, everyone. Good luck. Hope everyone has a great time, and let me know if anything comes up. I will catch everyone very soon.